Welcome to Node.js Collaboration Summit 2026. Our first speaker is Jacob.
Hi, everybody. I'm here for the Node.js Next-10 session. I've got some highlights from the collaborator survey that we sent out. Oh, and Marco.
Jacob, louder.
Okay. Should I speak with this?
Yes. I thought the audio sounded good.
I sound good?
I thought it was good 30 seconds ago.
Okay. Can everybody in the room hear me, or do I just need to project more? Okay. I have the results from the collaborator survey that we sent out about, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months ago or something, and some insights from the previous user survey. And then we'll do the same exercise we did last time in Paris, where we had like the retro board swim lane thing and figure out the questions for the upcoming survey and what we want to know.
No?
Okay. All right. So first up is collaborator health. Key takeaways. Survey data output is real awful.
So who's not aware of the collaborator health survey? Like, did you all fill the survey? Like for no collaborators? No? No? No.
When was it?
Pardon?
When was it sent?
A month ago?
About a month, maybe 2 months ago. We got like 40 responses, which was about the number that I expected. Yeah. Did you not get it? Damn. Okay.
Next time, tag it with TSC agenda so that we put into the announcements.
Okay. Sorry, I tagged collaborators. Yeah. Okay.
So that
all right. Well, it's, I guess, mostly representative. All right. So the things to go over from it. We have some numbers comparing this year to last year, some of the highlights, yada, yada. You can read the screen. So 2025 versus 2026, active collaborators. We had 85 at this time last year. And we currently have, let's call it 91. Last year, over the course of the year, we had 8 new collaborators, and this year, 8 new collaborators who stuck around. And this year we have 5 new ones who stuck around. Triagers, that's going well. We're getting more. Releasers remain roughly constant. TSC roughly constant. And overall contributions is going well. Take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. We have had quite a lot of a new kind of contribution that I'll get into later, and that is maybe skewing those numbers. But compared to last year, overall contributions are up like 28%. So on paper, that sounds good. In terms of how long people have been with the project, that is people who have been around a long time. That is going up. So that says that people who have been here for a long time are continuing to stay. We had some weird anomalous data with people who've been here a very short amount of time. I think it's that like some of those people didn't fill out the survey this time. They seem to have evaporated because it doesn't represent like fall off or continuing on. So I think it's probably the explanation is those people just didn't fill out the survey this year. Sorry.
Why did you get the data from GitHub?
Which data?
This data.
Where did I get it?
No. Why did you compare this data from the survey from the actual data from GitHub?
I guess I could have done.
Okay.
I didn't think of it.
Sorry, I get.
in terms of how many people are working on Node as part of their job, that is roughly the same as last year. It went down a little bit. So this is basically like, do you get paid to do this? Ideally, everybody does. In terms of why people stick around and why people are leaving the project or have left the project, feature development is quite high for why people like to stay. And most people do plan to stay. In terms of the reasons for potentially leaving, we had flaky CI, which is a pretty constant one. Good news is the reports of that have gone down a little bit since last year. So that sounds like it's maybe getting better. We had two new items here that were not on the survey in previous years. And they were quite, I feel like popular is not the right word, but a lot of people pick them. They are like AI slop is a real big problem. And apparently also problematic peers. So like most of the people who said that they planned to leave the project cited that as the reason. So I think that's maybe a new problem to deal with, like the flaky CI and stuff is a technical thing. So I don't know how to deal with that, but it's there. Also, this is a pretty constant one. PR churn continues to be a problem. So we asked a lot of questions this time about AI. And there were quite a few good things that people liked about it, and then quite a few things that people viscerally hated about it. Yeah, AI slop is taking up a huge amount of people's time. In some cases, it is taking up over half of the time that they are spending on Node. So yeah. And many people are considering changing how and what they review. So basically, like if they think, if basically, I don't know, if they don't recognize the name of the contributor's name, for instance, they would not review the pull request because they would be concerned that it's just AI slop and they don't want to waste their time. There's quite a lot of support for labeling this in some way, probably so that we can track it. On the flip side of things, quite a lot of contributors, collaborators are using AI themselves, and they're quite happy with their own use of it and other collaborators' use of it. We find the results are suggesting that it's making things significantly more productive. So this kind of suggests that there's quite a difference in who is using the AI, and that really matters. The three most common things they use it for: debugging, research, doc editing. I think those are not terribly surprising. Oh no, what happened? Okay, I'll get the 2025 numbers restored. They got deleted somehow. Our biggest problems are AI slop, problematic peers, and handling of internal disputes. The vast majority of people feel that those are not well handled, and collaborator nominations. Relatively few people think that these things are going well, and most respondents cite them as an explicit problem. Any questions on any of that stuff so far? Yes, Mateo.
I don't know if you have any information specifically that was not presented related to what would be defined as AI slop.
Mhm.
From my point of view, the biggest problem is that 90% of those things come without, like you can review it, you might spend some time reviewing the thing, but then nobody picks it up. Like they're completely gone. Or the bot that is responding to that contribution is just providing gibberish afterwards, so it's completely useless.
Oh, yes, we set up a definition in the survey
Okay.
so that everyone was hopefully operating on the same definition. So we defined AI slop as poor quality, does not do the thing, and like is not really salvageable. I don't know the exact words, but that was the spirit of it. Yeah.
That was more or less the. I confirm the definition.
Okay. Cool.
I confirm the feeling. So that was my. I wanted to clarify the point. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. So highlights from 2025. This will be quite brief because it is a little bit old, but some kind of interesting things. We saw quite a bit larger balance of where our users are. It used to be quite concentrated in Europe and North America. Now we're starting to see more in South America and Africa in particular. I don't know why, but it's happening. Breakdown of the kinds of users that we have. I think this is not terribly surprising. This matches pretty closely to other, to like past years. And in terms of the experimental features that people are using and continuing to use, we actually had quite a disparity between our historical user base and Africa, which is one of the kind of like new markets, I guess. .env, TypeScript, and require ESM, hugely popular among all. But the breakdown in Africa was a little bit different, and in particular, config file was very high up there, and I think it ranked like 6th or something for the rest of the world. Least used things, ZCD, I don't know what that is. Startup Snapshot and Shadow Realm. Yeah, Shadow Realm, I think pretty new and also kind of niche, so that's not terribly surprising. I don't know what the other things are, so that's also not surprising. Stable features, watch mode, that was hands down, head and shoulders above anything else in terms of the top stable feature. And interestingly, in our new markets, diagnostic API was significantly higher there than it was in any of the other geographical areas. Everywhere, test snapshots were the least popular. Ouch. We'll fix it. Also quite interesting to note and to keep in mind for the upcoming exercise. Let's go bottom up. Open-ended questions. Nobody does that. So we should probably avoid those open-ended questions. And which of the following best reflects your role regarding Node? I don't know what that was, but something about that question really off-put a lot of people, and like a third or something or more just stopped when they got to that question. Maybe they thought it was getting too long or something, but I thought that was quite unexpected. It was not that late into the survey. It was question number 7 of 23. I don't have an answer, but there's the information. Any questions about any of the user information before we move on to the next thing?
So this was 2025, May 2025. So it was last year. That's why some experimental feature now they are stable, and we did not discuss it in the previous collaborator summit. So that's why we were talking about it now. Any question about the
How many answers did we get
3,000 something, which is a
in 2025?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so take,
This year?
we haven't done it yet.
this year we
We're about to do it.
we're about to
Okay.
prepare it for this year.
So yeah, take that number 1,300 something and multiply it by 3.
Okay.
Which is a significant increase over last year. So we're getting more people to answer the survey.
Any other questions? If you guys think of anything in particular that you are curious about, one of the people contributing to Next-10 is like a data analyst, data scientist. So we can get more sophisticated analysis of this data than we have previously. So if you think of a question later, just message us and we'll try and figure it out.
So for 2026, we will do the survey next month. So last year we tried a new approach to the survey. So we asked you to give us feedback on the questions and help us to better choose the questions for the survey. So this year we decided to do the same thing. Maybe I will post the link in Slack.
Yes.
So there will be a board in which there are all the questions from last year. So you can give us feedback, provide suggestions for the 2026 survey. Yes, so it will go out in May. So we will need to prepare it in the next couple of weeks. So if you go on Slack, you can find the link to the survey. Maybe we can go on the board. So this board mirrors exactly the questions that we have asked in the 2025 survey. So you can drop a comment or you can add a suggestion item. You can give like 5 minutes so everyone has the time to go through and leave some suggestions. Then we will review them and discuss them a little bit.
So take 5.
Yeah, take 5.
Share.
Yeah.
Yes. My
25, so 3 more minutes.
Are you still trying? Yes, I am. Yes.
What do we should finish? So we have 30 minutes. So we have time.
Yeah.
And you sign off. So you're pressing sign the other form. Sorry.
I'm not making. Comment on them. I've commented a couple of ones.
Because
No,
it's
check
security
uno
reasons.
nuovo,
I
lasciamo
can't.
Right, she was thinking, yeah.
But they asked for
I don't know
confirmation.
if I think it also only shows. I don't know.
No, in fact, yeah, I didn't.
Not mine, but somebody.
Yeah, I already did. I already did.
Otherwise,
I already did. Moving them back. I thought this was one link.
We tell people to add ideas, or do we want to do that later?
You should tell us what it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
On the suggestion.
I
Yeah.
figured.
Yeah, I think the
figured-
suggestion for this for.
and 30 minutes.
On the phone.
If you get the.
If you're not worried,
It's fine.
I would be. I would be panicking. I would go. Yeah. To come back again. Yeah, that's also true. That's easy.
We'll resume in like 1 minute.
I'm surprised I don't see suggestions about AI or questions about AI.
You know, reserving it for the afternoon.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, but I guess this is.
Yeah,
the
maybe
easier.
opt-in or something,
Yeah,
like
but
something
you-
you, a tool, a separate tool you run against your code base to say,
For
like,
two, nobody would.
I understand not
Yeah,
many people
no.
would, but you know.
No, but I'm
Are you an AI
surprised.
I mean, I don't want telemetry in the core. To be clear, I'm not
It was
saying
changed.
Bad, no.
Dopo un mese e mezzo.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying, is like, what if you could get,
They get excited with that. That's
like, what if,
Marco, you have to
if
bet
there's
anyway.
because there's no open source representative sample applications. So you would need people to run it on their
I
like
mean, I'm
company's
reading for
product.
24.
Get your real.
20.
Well,
Nothing is going.
I would.
Even 22.
Two is gone.
He's just pulling his leg for his awesome job, you know. That's pretty much it. We don't care.
I don't backport features. I don't backport features. Only security patch.
Your job is most miserable or less miserable like that.
It's more
but-
miserable. I'm
More,
telling
more,
you.
right?
More.
Yeah, pretty much.
Totally more. miserable.
Okay.
I'll do your better.
Okay, so we got a few suggestions. So I would go through comments first on the existing one and then have a look at the suggestions. Why doesn't this one? This is just the answer.
Look for ones that have 2 or 3.
Yeah, 3. Temple OS and Hannah Montana Linux. So nice, funny joke. Let's see. Could we test if moving this one further down the survey changes the drop-off rate? I think we can.
Yeah.
I think they should be randomized actually. Like the position in the list should be random.
Okay.
I think that's possible.
I was gonna say, Robin, do you know if that's possible with the
survey?
The Linux survey tool?
To randomize the order of the
questions.
The options.
No, questions. Wait, questions. I know it's possible to do options. I think
options for sure.
Well, the problem with randomizing, so I'm known to ask this. The problem with randomizing is then you still don't have a good signal. You just, right? Like because then it could be the person who got that random order didn't hit the question that made them drop off. I'm thinking you need to be intentional about it to see if that, like, if we're trying to see if this year's drop off rate was because of that question, or if it was just like the length of the survey, and that's where people realized, oh, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, and I think the research team's been pushing back on the length of the survey. You just have to really be tight about the top questions you want to ask.
I think we've been front loading the questions that we like definitely want people to answer.
Yes.
Yeah, and being intentional about that is probably better.
Yeah.
Right, than just randomizing.
Claudio?
Yes. What happens if you open the survey and go to the 7th question? What do you think that they realize when they reach the 7th question that there's a lot more, like when they scroll? Would it be that the 7th question is the last question appears in the first render of the viewport, and then when they scroll more, they realize, oh, there's not more. Goodbye.
I don't know how it's presented. I think some things are in pages.
Yeah, I think it's pages.
It tells you like this is X of Y.
Yeah, I think it's in pages, and we divide it into paragraphs, like the anagraphic, the features, usage. So
that's really a crazy matter, because when they start seeing questions that they feel boring, or they're like, oh, I don't really want to put effort reply. No, because then they just like drop.
Yeah, I guess for sure one of the biggest problem are open-ended questions. Like nobody wants to try, and so we try to reduce the open-ended question, but.
And on our side, those are the most difficult to analyze.
Yeah.
So we kind of don't want them out.
Yeah. Let's go. This one has 3. Package managers, VLT, Yarn 6 plus. Okay, so I guess it's.
They want to add options?
Yes, VLT and Yarn. Which version manager do you use? General package manager and NVS. I guess this is legit.
Sure.
Could you get your Node.js executables? Shall we distinguish between official and unofficial distributions?
Yes.
I think it's like we can hint. So the survey itself, it's a good way to teach something to users, because if we present the question in a way, they will understand there are official binaries and unofficial. So I guess this is fair. I would not add another question, but I find a way to make the distinction inside the like non-official sources and list.
Yep.
So I am going to throw a random question on the topic. What constitutes an official versus unofficial source?
When we want them to use.
Well, yes, but the secondary part is if somebody takes Node.js and they do their own builds with some patches on top, or remove some features or do some whatever derivative work, okay, how far can it be called Node.js?
Well, I think you can still call it that, but that would make it very much not.
No, I guess
official.
that's unofficial. I guess like the official builds are the binaries that we sign and release.
Yeah, like if the check.
Like everything else is unofficial. I think also Docker images are unofficial.
The
To some
values
extent.
are binaries.
Sometimes, yes, but then you'd have to make the distinction, like, hey, is this an Alpine build or not? So
Alpine. You put Alpine in the list.
go ahead.
What do we consider Electron?
That's
Well,
official.
That's separate.
That's another whole thing. So
Yeah.
how do you get your Node.js executables? Like Electron is not an answer. So
Sorry, Antoine, you said Node.js of Theseus. Is that related to this thing?
Related to what Matthew was saying.
Oh, okay. Did you want to talk about that or okay?
okay, I think we can move on. Like I'm not sure how to hint about the official and unofficial, but
Oh, we can figure that out.
we can figure that out. Let's see this one. Which of the current technical priorities are important to you? Performance. Sure.
Was that not in there?
Yeah, that's weird. But I think this question is also a bit problematic because it's super
Can
long.
we switch, like, what current technical priorities are important to you? And another question that for your company, because most of them will say performance, like the general topics, but they don't know exactly what's important for the app they are running in production, right? Which is like different. A lot of them ask for features, but they will never use that in their company.
Yeah. The other thing is this question has too many options, and like not everyone even knows about, I don't know, quick or HTTP3. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of users are not aware, so I think this question might need some rework.
Do we know if it's possible to add links, like linkify the options, and then?
I don't know, but probably yes, but
Sorry, Jean.
Just for some history on this one, that question was created because at the same time we created the technical priority that is a file that is committed on a Node.js repository. And it was also to drive what are the big topics that if people want to like lead them will be interesting for everyone. And now the list, I think you can slash half of it because I guess ESM is done, TypeScript support is done, ECMAScript spec, I think we can remove it. So I think depending on, first would be to clean up everything from that list that is already part of what we have.
Yeah.
And then see if it makes sense to also keep that or to ask everyone here or online or whatever, what should be the new technical priorities?
But I think that is like the technical priorities are documented somewhere in the Node.js repo. So I think it's
that specific file. It's that specific.
Yeah. So like we need to make sure those are up to date, and then we can take them and put them.
Yeah. Maybe we replace ESM with like any kind of like migration or something.
Yeah. This one.
I mean, can I also say something about this? Like,
Yeah.
I added performance there, like, because, I mean, I think it should be there, but I don't know if we limit the number of answers here. Maybe that could help, because I feel like anyone will choose performance, right? Like, they're always gonna, yeah, it's better, more performance. But maybe if you limit it to like 3 or 5, now it kind of makes more sense to like prioritize them, like for the users.
I feel like that's exactly why we didn't put performance, because like, of course, people are gonna take that.
Yes.
This one, if yes, specify on which other server runtime do you write tests to basically to run on other server side runtimes. So that was the list. Did I miss something? Are you aware of something I missed, or can we move to the suggestions? Okay. So, did you know that the Node.js project is run by volunteers? I think this is the most upvoted. This is an easy question to add because it's a yes or no. So that's definitely doable. What capabilities do you feel
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah.
What's the goal of asking this? Is the goal to teach people that it is run by volunteers?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I understand, because I like, what, I can't see us, maybe there's a way to frame it so that we could both do that and actually learn something, because this is like.
We have
what are we gonna
done
learn from
done this in the past with other questions where we put questions just to like let people know about something that we care about, like some programs on funding, for example. Like, is your company contributing to Node.js in some way, like funding, so that like at least people know that they can.
Yeah, that is an like that feels to me more interesting than just a yes or no. Do you know if, right? Like if there's a way to say like both teach and actually have it be something meaningful that the project would use, that seems like a better way to approach it. So I'm just not sure this one, like what you just said there is great, because we would see that people are, what the breakdown of the ways they're giving back, whether it's, funding something or, developer time or whatever, that has like some meaningful thing. I just can't see this one, even though it's a great teaching thing, I can't see this one.
We can frame it in a way that allows people to, like for example, in the founding, like when we like we wanted people to know they can fund the Node.js. We asked them how do they fund Node.js. In this case, we need to figure out a way to present to get some meaningful data and also teach something. So we will try to work on this. But the idea. Like the message that wants to pass is a good one. What capabilities do you feel Node.js is lacking? So I think we had a similar question in the previous years, and we got 3,000 answers. And reviewing 3,000 open-ended answers is not great. So this either needs to be a list or like it's not feasible.
It is. It is, but using AI maybe.
Yeah, but then do you trust that the output
for that kind of stuff? Maybe we can trust AI for some open-ended question and generate a report for that. Maybe.
So Zach did use that for sentiment analysis of the open-ended questions for the 2025 stuff. But the problem was mostly there was not enough responses to get something representative or like meaningful for it. So like like it was statistically invalid. We could use them anecdotally, but we need some way to get people to actually answer.
Maybe would make sense to, I don't know, create the survey based on the features the user use. So maybe in the start of the survey, you ask which features are you using in production, and then the questions might be targeting the features itself, not general, because it's hard to answer all what is the top one priority for them, because we don't know exactly what they are using in production. So when you ask if they're using TypeScript in production, is that working well? What's missing for you? Then they will go directly to the point. If that's what we want to hear, I don't know exactly the point of the survey. If that's to improve a feature or just to know exactly or
it's the point is to get data from our users and like move our strategic initiatives and like the planning that we not the planning but like to let people know that this is a top priority. So like if you want to work on it, it's something that people appreciate. So
we can though create branches in the survey, which I think we've done with a few things. But if we had like sort of build your own adventure, I think we would definitely have to buy Kylie many dinners because that would be very challenging to create.
No, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah. So in some way, I think we we had one open-ended question at the end. I think the last question was like, what do you think is missing from Node.js? I think we had something similar, but yeah, having one more open-ended question, I don't think it's great. Which version of Node.js are you running? Main one. This could be interesting, but don't we already have this information? I think we do from the download metrics, like we know what people are downloading. Then we have which framework ecosystems do you use?
So what would that be, like Fastify or
Next.js or
yeah,
this kind of things?
That could also cover things like other, IoT, right? Like it could.
We have a question about like what's your use case for Node.js, but we don't have a question about the technology. We have, let's see.
What would we do with that information? Like, it sounds interesting, but how does that help us figure out what to do with Node? Like, I guess maybe if everyone says they're using Fastify and Fastify has a particular problem with Node, then maybe we know that, like, help them. But
yeah, I mean, we know these from download metrics as well, right? Like we just can do NPM metric comparisons for some of that.
Yeah, and we have a question about the like usage. Like, are you a package maintainer? Are you an application or front-end developer? Are you I don't know, like full stack developer, blah blah blah. So with this question, we try to like understand what's the average Node.js user, but we don't know like which specific technology they're using. So that's
back to the which version of Node you are using. From the download metrics, you are not having the information for the, let's say, unofficial builds.
Yeah, because they're unofficial. So.
Yeah, but then it depends if you want to know how much of your official builds you are using, or how even the other people are using, which version of Node.js they are using.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and that would be valuable, for example, for me, because my day job is making unofficial builds.
I guess
same. So
then I think in that case we would kind of want to know why people are using an unofficial build, because that suggests there's some kind of gap.
So
like they are part of the operating system they are already using. I built RPMs for RL and with Node.js, so I'm kind of assuming that my customers will be using the builds I am providing. But from your point of view, these are unofficial.
Yes. So I think there is in like this topic of unofficial builds can be somehow we can add questions about unofficial builds, official builds. So like I don't know how much in depth we want to go, like how many questions we want to have on unofficial official builds.
Yeah,
but
that's
definitely,
I just wanted to point out that the question of which version of Node.js are you using might not be answered wholly from the download metrics.
Okay, yeah, we can add a note.
Maybe not about unofficial builds, but maybe about builds from partners of the project. Let's say, for example, what Hero Devs does and what Node.js does. It would be nice to maybe capturing the because you will provide some insight on how the partner services are actually being used by the users.
I guess we could set it up as like a matrix kind of question and say like 2025 official, 2025 patched or something like that.
Yeah,
honestly, I'd rather not ask users. I would rather ask the partners to provide their download metrics, and then you can just add them up, right? Like if we know the partners who provide the like most important, unofficial builds, like why can't we just ask them to share their numbers with the brand? Doesn't have to be even public. It could be private.
Yeah.
Just shared with the
No, we
project.
have them public right now.
But, and some people might be comfortable doing public, but if you weren't for whatever reason,
Mm.
I don't know if it's like for hero devs, that might not be something you'd want, because then it would be, you know, I don't know.
I
if you
mean,
wanna share your customer counts and stuff like that, but
yeah, that would be.
there's
I
there's
don't
reasons
know.
you might not want to, but just saying, hey, share it with just the project.
Mm.
And then the project could anonymize it or just like lump sum it all together for what the project publishes. Feels like a better data source than trying to ask users this question.
Like last month,
Mhm.
all of Node.js was downloaded 700 million times compared to 1 year ago, which was around 350.
Wow.
Okay. Like I am like the fundamental question when trying to collate those numbers together, it needs to be like if it's I don't expect some of those downloads number to be altering our public figure to some extent, but I think they are useful for us as the project to know, like is as a general population discussion with those high download numbers from the website is like, it's going to be very skewed towards those kind of things. But having access to those details, I think they are useful from a releasers and TSC perspective and community integration generically. Also because if they become significantly popular, we might start thinking of how can we do programs like pre-disclosed security builds to those channels. Okay, and things like that, which we don't do right now. So I don't know if you are familiar with the.
Yeah, it's also good marketing to find partners and potential
Again, I'd
sponsors.
say I'm literally like I think there are. I think there can be some value in you know, structuring it in a way that is a little bit more formal.
So the survey is a good channel to ask those questions, like for example about private security builds. Like if we decided we wanted to do something like this, the survey would be a good place to ask if people are interested, because it has a high
Another on the download numbers, another one that I don't think I've ever seen us pull in is the Docker images. In the last like 7 weeks, I think we've had 140 million polls. So like that's just another huge fucking number. So I feel like we should. I remember, I think there was one point a few years ago where we tried to talk to them about getting numbers, and they were like, "Oh, the numbers are not consistent." Or like they're similar to how NPM does numbers, where it's like it gets randomly stored in the S3 bucket, and we maybe eventually look. But that we should maybe try partnering with them to be like, "Hey, can you give us like actual breakdowns of these numbers?" Because it's an insane, and like that's a huge avenue for us that we don't really count.
Yeah. We're almost at time, but moving forward, we have this one. Which of these issues, if any, would you like to see resolved? Closed version of the recurring issue token question with a list of possible concern, limitation, challenges we're aware of. Performance, cross-runtime compatibility, web compatibility, erasable text limitations, and explain.
That sounds very similar to like the question about which things do you care about.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we just.
So this is more about issues, like what the recurring issues, which is like we could take the recurring issues from this year and put it into a list and ask people.
I guess those kind of information we could extract from GitHub issues instead. So we see the label which most of the issues were created in the last year, and we know which feature, usually the experimental ones, but that could guide us, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have, with which regularity does your company update Node.js version? Yeah, this is interesting.
Can they answer that?
Yeah, definitely. And then we have Alpine builds. Yeah. So Docker builds.
Okay.
Alpine Docker build. They use an unofficial binary, so they are unofficial. And this is a kind of an unresolved problem. Like this is a very specific question. I think we should try to add this question into the supported like which
version.
Like some one of the like something like this or the other one about how do you get your node executable? We can add a hint that Alpine builds are not official here.
Yeah.
Or we could rephrase it. Say, would your company like to sponsor making Alpine build official? Because if the answer is everyone wants it to be official, but no one is working on it, that's really helping.
Yes, that also can be. Can something we have a similar question in how does your organization invest in Node.js? We can try to.
Like add that as an option.
Yeah. All right. So we will. We can keep this board open for a little more. Like today, if you have anything else you want to add, you can drop the suggestion here, and then next week we will prepare the survey and send it out in May. So a couple of weeks more. Yeah. So I guess that was it for the Next-10 survey. Thank you.